I guess you're wondering why I'm so dirty. Well, I I guess I can explain. Okay, I'll just get right to it. So I'm building my own house. Got the permits, bought the land, own it right out, and I'm building my own home. The thing about building your own home is you're not in bed with the bank. I didn't get any loans from the bank or anything. I'm getting the material right out of my pocket. New material and some refurbished if I can. So I'm not going to hold everybody too long, but this is the entry. Wait. I'm skipping around. I was told or asked by a lot of my constituents and homies and sisters and brothers, yo, why don't you film your journey? Why don't you film this journey of you going on your own home ownership journey? No banks, no mortgage, no anything. You just go out, you get the land, you get fortunate enough to purchase the land, you make sure the utilities are there, and you getting your permits, and start building. Of course, you got to check with your local county or city or district or parish or whatever to see what the ordinance are and what the rules are to start your build. So that's basically why I'm dirty. Let me see if I can't get this thing here so that we can talk. If I can do that, we can talk. Okay. Not that equipped to do that yet, but I may be able to do this. Okay. I can't. So anyway, I did go through the permitting and everything myself. Me and my cousin, we dug the footer. I went and rented a machine from Ram Rental out here in the local Ram Rental. Rented an excavator and just started digging, man. Once I did that, we got that inspected, dug the holes for the porch and all that. Got that stuff inspected, right? Fortunately, passed inspection on that. And then, I had to get the block masons in to do the blocks. So, got a couple of courses done, and in Johnston County, you have to have 18 inches of clearance from the ground to your nearest point of contact, being wood. And that wood needs to be pressure treated. That way, it'll withstand the weather, the weather and the conditions right there. Then you can go and transfer it over to regular wood. Pine, spruce, whatever you're going to use. So once that was done, found out that I didn't have enough clearance and needed to go up another 2 courses, which isn't inexpensive and it's not quick to do, I mean, if you're doing it yourself. Then you got to get the vent holes open and so forth. So what this is an update on where things are on the Stewart Ranch. We're going to call it the Stewart Ranch because I've got another piece of property behind this piece of property where I'm going to park RVs, park RVs and maybe close off that easement right there. It may screw the neighbors, but the neighbors haven't been working with me since I bought the property, so it's time for me to start flexing my power on them. All right, so let me give you guys a sneak peek of where we are and I will be keeping everybody up to speed with how things are coming along as time goes on. I know I don't need to be smoking, I know, so forth. But I'm taking my break. Taking my break. I actually don't know. I've got 18 columns in this place. And it's a short place. It's only 1,000 square foot, 50 by 20. 18 daggone floor joist columns. Ridiculous. So, if you stick around to the end, you'll see how far along I've gotten. And so forth. If you like and subscribe, you'll be able to keep up with my progress. And, you know, from ground level all the way up to the roof. Painting, siding, possibly even furniture. I'll bring you all with me on the whole journey, Lord willing. So, again, I'm on my break. I've had a little water. Taking a swig of this coffee, which is cold now. I've got to make a run for some fresh water. Here we go. Let's take a look. The truck is just as dirty as can be as well. There she is. There she is. There's the foundation. There are the columns, at least the holes for the columns, to where the masons are going to come tomorrow and put the block up. I'll come out and get photos or either video of that. All right. Again, welcome to the Stewart home front. You see it being done. You see what's happening. That is a crawl space foundation, ladies and gentlemen. That is a crawl space foundation. So what happens is, how do you turn this freaking camera? Okay, I guess that was a picture. The sill plate sits on top right there once the screws and all go in there. And then the house gets built on top of that. But I'll explain more when I get a tripod and all of that. All right, thanks guys.